Missing person cases are always hard on families, devastating to their emotional and mental well being. These tolls are profound, with constant questions. Are they safe? Will they come back? What really happened? These questions weigh heavily on the minds every day of their family members. The daily routines are hard to keep track because at night they cannot sleep. Desperate searches for information, surfing the web, driving around, walking through neighborhoods, but always feeling helpless. Every knock at the door, every phone call steers hope, only to be crushed by the continued silence. For many, life becomes consumed by the search. Whether through engaging with law enforcement or raising awareness, it becomes a lifestyle. It takes over everything. And as time stretches on, this agony only deepens, leaving families emotionally exhausted, unable to let go, so they hang on. This is a case of two people in the UK. Please pay attention to the details, for one is missing and one case was resolved. When Owen Harding disappeared, he was 16 years old. Today, he would be 21 years old, born on May 13th of 2003. Owen was from Saltdean, East Sussex. He got into an argument with his mother, and after the argument, he left the home upset. Sometimes, in an effort to calm down, he would go for a walk to watch the sunset near the cliffs in the Telscombe Tie area. In the 2020s, most of the countries were involved with the lockdown, meaning you couldn't go anywhere, which was a frustration for Owen because his girlfriend Megs lived 280 miles away in Pocklington, Yorkshire, but he couldn't go see her due to lockdown restrictions. Because of this fact, he would sometimes get frustrated, which of course led to some arguments with his mother sometimes, and which in turn he would take a walk to calm down. Stella, his mother, remembers seeing him last at about 6 p.m. that night, and when he didn't return, she immediately became concerned. Now, the last confirmed sighting of Owen was around 6:50 p.m. The CCTV footage showed him walking towards the cliffs. Two witnesses later came forward saying that they saw a boy matching his description walking along A259 road that evening. His phone lost signal shortly after he left, which was around 6:23 p.m. So this is to suggest that maybe it was turned off or maybe it was destroyed. Now, the authorities and search teams in response included helicopters, drones, and the Coast Guard. They did an extensive search in the cliff area, thinking maybe he fell over. However, no trace of Owen has ever been found, and his disappearance remains a mystery. There are also some theories that maybe he tried to walk the 280 miles to see his girlfriend, but no leads have confirmed this. Owen's mother, Stella, to this day, continues to raise awareness of his disappearance, desperate for any answers, but as of today, his whereabouts remain unknown. Esther Dingley. She disappeared while walking in the Pyrenees mountains along the French-Spanish border. Esther and her partner, Dan Colegate, have been living a nomadic lifestyle for over 6 years, traveling Europe in their campervan. On November 22nd of 2020, Esther took off on a solo hiking trip, planning to spend a few days in the mountains. She last spoke to Dan through the WhatsApp format from the summit of Pic de Sauvegarde, a 2,737-meter high mountain, and even sent him a selfie from the peak. Now, when Esther failed to return from her hike, Dan reported her missing on November 25th, and of course this sparked an extensive search by Spanish and the French authorities. Despite the challenging winter conditions, search teams scoured and searched the area for weeks, but no sign of Esther was found. Even Dan went along on the local search teams looking for her through winter and into spring. Now, Dan was expressing some suspicions that Esther may have been taken away or met with some foul play. In July of 2021, human remains, including part of a skull, were found near Port de la Glière, not far from where Esther was last seen. Sadly, DNA testing confirmed the remains belonged to Esther, and the investigation concluded that maybe she died from an accidental fall while hiking. Despite this tragic outcome, the case closed with no indications of foul play. Esther's story captured widespread media attention due to the heartbreaking circumstance and the couple's adventurous lifestyle. Besides Dan, Esther was loved by many as well, and she will be missed. But at least we're lucky we found her and we can conclude where she's at. Thank you.